expected them during a hearing on Operation Fast and Furious. Eric Holder, the Attorney General, grilled about the botched federal gun-running sting that put weapons in the hands of Mexico's most dangerous criminals. And things got interesting when lawmakers asked about the American border agent believed to have been killed by a gun from that sting operation.
Have you apologized to the family of Brian Terry?
I have not apologized to them, but I certainly regret what happened.
Would you like to apologize today for this program that went so wrong, that took the life of a United States law enforcement agent?
I certainly regret what happened to Agent Brian Terry. I can only imagine the pain that his family has had to deal with, in particular his mother. I am the father of 3 children myself. We are not programmed to bury our kids. It pains me whenever there is the death of a law enforcement official, especially under the circumstances that this occurred. It is not fair, however, to assume that the mistakes that happened in Fast and Furious directly led to the death of Agent Terry.
I want to pick up on a couple points he said there with Iowa Republican Chuck Grassley, ranking member of the Senate Judiciary Committee. That's the committee that oversees the Department of Justice. And Senator, good morning to you. Did you have a problem with his testimony or anything you just heard there?
Well, surely with what I heard there, wouldn't it have been so simple to say, of course, I apologize to the Terry family. That would have been the humane thing to do and the right thing to do, and Senator Cornyn gave him every opportunity to do that. Where I'm not really satisfied is the fact that now, instead of just being a few weeks before May the 3rd, it was at the time that this was publicized, sometime around January or early February, I think is what the Attorney General is telling us. But we've got ample evidence that his acting Deputy Attorney General, Mr. Grindler, knew about this a long, long time before that. That person became his chief of staff, and memos that were given to the Attorney General that he said, I think to Senator Cornyn yesterday, that he didn't read them, that he should have known about this a long, long time before Terry was murdered.
And the other thing he said yesterday, I know you were keen on this because there was testimony back in the spring where he said he had just learned about Fast and Furious a few weeks ago. And there was a bit of a disagreement on that yesterday, saying that it may have been a few months ago. But he insists that the information he gave was, it wasn't false information, it was just incorrect. I think it was the word he used. Does that pass muster?
Well, of course it doesn't, because it gets back to what I just told you about Mr. Grindler being involved with emails and memos with his own handwriting on these back several months before that. And the fact that we've got memos that went across his desk, or he should have seen them in the summer of last year. And so one of two things. Either he knew and is telling us he didn't know, or he's incompetent because he doesn't know what's going on in his department. Particularly with something
on those 2 points, did you get an answer from that hearing yesterday, or what is your feeling on that now?
No, I didn't get answers. It's obfuscation.
He's avoiding it, you're saying?
Yes. Well, I mean, he gives answers, but they aren't answers that are very credible.
Yeah. What he calls this are gotcha games. You remember when he said that? What did you think?
Well, that's an insult to me, because I've been doing congressional oversight work on several different committees since I've been in the Congress for 30 years. And I've got a reputation around here, probably taking on my own Republican presidents more often than I take on Democrat presidents. So to say that this is political gotcha, when I've got an equal opportunity overseer reputation, I think is very unfair or stupid on the part of somebody that doesn't know my work around the Senate.
I take it you take it as an insult.
Well, if I didn't use that word, I'll let you put quotes around it.
Well, you say in a statement that came out late yesterday that the Inspector General is still looking into this. What does that tell you within the Department of Justice regarding this?
Having the Inspector General investigate when there's simple little questions that we're answering that they won't answer and probably have nothing to do with the Inspector General's investigation, is just a way of stonewalling.
Senator, thank you for your time. Chuck Grassley. We will wait to see what happens next in this story after the hearings concluding yesterday. Thank you, Senator.